Okay, so it's been a while since I posted a video about my bobber, so let me bring you guys up to speed. Let's see, I think the sissy bar wasn't there when I finished the video last time, so show you what I did on that. Kind of went with the theme that's in the frame, which I'll show you later in the gusset. Fender's mounted, got it mounted down here on both sides. Took some DOM tubing, cut it, made the bracket so I can hook up the sissy bar. Got it mounted to the fender. And seat's all finished. Suspension. Kind of hard to show you here, but works pretty good. Got everything mounted underneath. Lighting's not the best in the world, I apologize, but that's what I got right now. Battery box is in place. I haven't done anything yet. It's made so the top slides off, slides back. I may have to cut that down in size a little. I went a little over, but I wanted to make sure I had enough room for the battery and the regulator and the solenoid and all that, and maybe a little storage for myself, so we'll see. Got the brakes all hooked up. Forward controls are in place, which I think were there the last time I showed you the vid. Speedometer is all mounted, with also with a gusset. Usually on the Suzukis this is in the gas tank. Since I don't have the stock gas tank, that this is where I put it. I call it the nut buster, since you can get the picture. It's right there. If I go over the tank, my manhood gets left there. Hopefully that never happens. Last time I showed you guys I had the fiberglass tank, which is up there on the water heater. Well, didn't like the way it looked because of the way I had it mounted. It was too high. It just looked like somebody slapped it on there, and it just looked like shit. So I came up with this. It's kind of like my version of a coffin tank. Get the idea there. Instead, usually a coffin tank, the sides here are angled out or in. I decided to keep everything straight and give it like a prism effect up to here. But my math's right. I got about 2.5 gallons. Not bad. If I'm going to do any real long riding, I'll on the frame down there on the upper wishbones, I'll mount these like 2-quart bottles. They have, they're called fuel bottles. They have like a little leather holster they fit in for auxiliary fuel. But this is perfect for what kind of riding I do right now. Handlebars are done. Tank I mounted with, made some mounts and some grommets, put some grommets in them, so it's got a little bit of movement. It's not necessarily for electrical, but more just for vibration. You could solid mount these, but they tend to break. For whatever reason, I guess the vibration just gets to them, especially since this is a hardtail. That's really in a solid mounted engine. I think if I can isolate the vibration there, it should be okay. Tank came out pretty cool. I just have to finish. I got to put the filler neck in. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet or how I'm going to make it, but everything else is done. I got the bungs welded for the 2 separate bungs since of the way the tank is done. I have 2 small areas here the way it finished out, so this way I can get at least every drop of fuel I can out of it. I'll just take this one, run it over to the next, and have a T on that one, and drops off, and that's where I'll put my shut off on the other one. Got the frame all done. I was telling you about the sissy bar. Well, that's the gusset where the whole design thing started with the triangles, so just kind of carrying that theme through. I don't know if you saw it the last time with the front wheels mounted. I had the wheels, I do have the wheels relaced. I did it, painted the rims. I do have to get new tubes. I did find out they were slightly bent and nobody straightens anymore. Unless I want to send it to England and screw that, I'll spend the $200 and either get new tubes or I'll find some used ones on eBay. Anybody out there has got any GS650 or LS650 Suzuki fork tubes, let me know. Good ones. Still have to get the headlight. That's going to be an easy thing to mount. Tail light, same thing. I'm not sure what side I'm going to do. I do have the brake light switch hooked up. Salvaged the old switch from the other bike. made up this tab here, so when the brake's actuated, you can see it gives me what I need. Got the wiring coming out here. Again, I don't know if I run the brake light on the other side, then I'll just take this and drill the hole in the tube and run it up and fish it through the frame tubing. Otherwise, that's about it for now. Been off this bike for a while just because a lot of crap going on, and, you know, just life in general, but we'll see what happens. Getting close to the end now. Give you a better idea from this side. So it's getting pretty damn close. Gear shift lever is all hooked up. I was able to modify the stock piece so I could stick my heim joint in and make my connections there. It works pretty good. Kickstand's mounted. Again, I apologize for the light. I got the belt on. Oh, the carburetor. As you can see, I'll give you a back view. It's kind of mounted off to the side. I had to do that because of where I mounted the speedometer and the way I did the frame. The carburetor would have hit up underneath where the speedometer is. So I did some trial and error, doing some bending and using J tubing and U tubing. I actually ended up coming up with this, which is basically just two flat pieces with 1 3/4 pipe welded on each end. And that's where I make the transition to the intake manifold, and then I make the transition off with some radiator hose off to the carburetor. And volume wise, I know from a performance standpoint, before anybody starts yelling at me, there's a lot of sharp bends here, flow, the whole 9 yards. I understand. I'm not looking for performance as much as I am just cruising right now. If I was racing this or really wanted to start working on the engine itself, I definitely would redo that. But volume wise, it's the same, actually a little bit more volume than if I had just had the 1 3/4. So shouldn't be too bad. Carburetor mounts pretty rigid like that, actually about the same as the factory. So worked out pretty good. Getting close to the end. And next project is actually, I'll show you over here. Dun dun dun! Oh, fucking wiring. I've been waiting, pushing off this. It's as far as I can. Took the old harness, and as you can see, I kind of laid out with exactly what I need. That's the old solenoid and the battery cables. I make up some new cables, but I'll use the old solenoid. The voltage regulator, I'll reuse that. The ignition switch is just there for looks, so I'm not going to use that one since it was shit to begin with. And the only thing I'm missing is the CDI or the igniter for the electronic ignition. The damn thing's $200 new. I'm looking at maybe some aftermarket ignitions. I can't find anything. Unless anybody knows something I can retrofit into this, or maybe I can steal an igniter from another bike. Maybe in one of those enduros or motocross single cylinders, the 400s or something like that. Might not be a bad idea, but if anybody has any ideas, let me know. Right now, that's about what I got. So, when I'm all said and done, there's a lot of extra wires on this too. The reality is I'm only going to have headlight, tail light, horn, ignition, the electronic ignition, brake light, tail light. I'm not even sure if I'm going to run an actual ignition switch. I might just do a hidden momentary switch. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's where I am. Thanks for looking, guys. Sorry it took so long. I'll try to keep up a little bit more in the future with my videos. I'm sorry about this, but that's how she looks now. I think she's looking pretty good. I like the tank a lot better than the red one now, too. So it's a little bit more work. But if anybody's interested, I actually made that out of 16 gauge. Worked out really nice. I was able to get some good weld penetration and not have it melt on me every 30 seconds, since I'm not a real good welder as far as like taking it to a professional, and I don't have a TIG, which would have really been the right way to do this. But with the MIG, it worked out pretty good. 16 gauge, I was able to get the right temperature and wire feed, and it got real good penetration on this. So I don't think I'll have any leaks. I'll probably pressure test it once I put the top in, but I'm not expecting any problems. So, well, that's it for now. Hope you guys like it. I'd like to hear what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye.